In this video, we're going to be going over the advanced graph settings inside of Excel Draw. Throughout this video, if you would like to obtain Excel Draw for yourself, we're going to have little links that appear in the corners of the video as well as in the description down below, so you can download Excel Draw and follow along with us if you'd like. And if you'd prefer to skip ahead to certain areas, we're going to have timestamps like this displaying the different things that we're going to cover in the video, as well as timestamps in the description. What we are going to be covering today is the advanced graph settings, which if you go into Excel Draw, go over to the layers tab, you're going to see graph settings. If you click on that, we're going to be greeted with another window, and in this window you're going to see this new window that appears. And these settings are some more advanced settings that we have with Excel Draw. The first one's going to be the chart name. Now, this option is not really relevant anymore. It was relevant in version 3 whenever we had a different graphing engine, but now this basically, it just names this window that you see where your plot is at. If you're going to be doing some custom VBA encoding and you want to have this named a specific name from now on, you can change this and it will always name that box whatever this is. The next options that we have down through here: point, line, rectangle, circle, text. All of these are the orientation that you want to input your data at. So by default, it is X1, Y1, Z1, X2, Y2, Z2. But if for whatever reason you want to change this to another orientation, we have all of them listed here where you can pick whichever way that you are going to be plotting your data. Now, something to keep in mind is when you change this, it will change it for every drawing that you open. So you need to make sure that if you are having this in a specific format, you need to keep it in that specific format for every computer that's going to be opening your drawings. Otherwise, it's going to skew your data. The next option is the object colors. And we previously covered this in another video where we went over layer colors. But basically, Excel Draw, as you can see here, plots objects with their own colors. And you can change this by plotting objects based on layers instead of color based on objects. But by default, Excel Draw plots objects and colors them based on their object. So if you'd like to change an object color, you can select any of these options, for instance, line, go to change, and a new window will appear where you can change this color to any color that you want. So by default, line is blue, but I'm going to change line to be a dark gray, and I'm going to hit change. And when we do that, we can save and refresh, and it will replot this drawing and have all the lines be gray, as you can see right there. The next line is the line size, and just like in the 3D graph orientation that we covered last time, you can change this to be whatever size you want with the lines, and it will replot all the lines to be that size. I personally like to keep this at 0 because I think it's more clean and elegant, but if you would prefer to have larger lines, you can do that. Next is the text size, and by default the text size is set to 4, but you can change this to whatever you want. And we covered this last time where you can see that we have two objects here, bedroom 1 and master bath, that are lower text size, and that is because we have hard coded or we put in custom text size for those two objects, but the rest of them are going off the default text size, which right now is set to 4. But we can change that to be whatever size we want. Whenever we change the default text size, it will change the size of any font that we did not specifically say we wanted it to be a specific size. It would be that size that we have as the default text size. The next option that we have is the layer settings. And inside the layer settings, we previously covered this in another video when we covered the layers, but basically you have two options when it comes to layers and naming. We have 10 layers available inside of Excel Draw, ranging from layer 0 to layer 9. And with the default names, you have two options. You have the default layer names, which is the names that will populate every time that you start a new drawing or a new sheet. inside of ExcelDraw. So by default, these are just labeled as simple numbers 0, 1 through 9. If you want to change this to say something else, like for instance, you always want your first layer to be the floor layer, and you always want your layer 1 to be Windows. From now on, if you save this like this, it is always going to populate the default names of every drawing that you make. Layer 0 is going to be called floors, while layer 1 is going to be called windows. Now, the worksheet layer names is specific to this one worksheet or this one drawing. The way that ExcelDraw works is every sheet or every worksheet is its own drawing. So if you just want to change the name for that one drawing, but you don't want it to affect the other drawings or any drawings moving forward, you can just change the names of that one drawing, and that will change it for that drawing, and it'll change it for everybody who opens it. Next, we have the reset values, which is pretty simple. It will reset all the values to the default starting values of ExcelDraw whenever you first installed it. Save and refresh will save all of your changes you made, and it will refresh the graph as well. And finally, the last option that we have here is the do not start new workbook upon opening. By default, ExcelDraw will automatically open a new book for you if there is no book currently open. But some people do not like that option. If you do not want to open up a new book every time ExcelDraw opens, you could just toggle this on, do not start a new book upon opening, save and refresh, and you are done. From now on, ExcelDraw will not open up a new workbook every time you open Excel. And that is it for the advanced graphing options inside of ExcelDraw. In case you'd like to try ExcelDraw out for yourself, link is going to be in the description down below, as well as it is populated in the top corner throughout this video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. In the next video, we're going to be going over one of the new features of ExcelDraw, which is Cell to CAD. Basically, it'll take whatever tables you have in Excel and put it into a CAD format or a DXF drawing. If you'd like to stay up to date with all great tech, don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, have a great rest of your day.